This is the beginning of a religious ceremony. The religion is Santeria. To fully understand the mystique of Castro's power, one has to be aware of the influence of Santeria on Cuba's African soul.
Santo Tomás, tres personas distintas, un solo Dios. Somos o no somos, somos o no somos. Piedando quinda, lengüeta mi ore. Mi piedando quinda, lengüeta mi ore.
This man, Enriquito, is a high priest, a babalao.
The origins of Santeria are African. Santeria arrived here in Cuba through the slave trade done by the Spaniards. The blacks who were brought to be used as slaves were the ones that introduced the religion. The Spanish knew that they were bringing their beliefs and their religion. Therefore, they had to do it in hiding. In that way, the syncretism of Catholicism and the African religion began. All the saints of the Catholic Church are white, but African saints are black. In that time, Santeria was only practiced by the blacks that came from Africa, but later by the mestizos, and later the whites. The situation has grown every day.
Oddly, Santeria flourishes in a socialist state where atheism is the official doctrine, but where Afro-Cubans are the majority. That Fidel Castro has never aggressively repressed it may be more political savvy than oversight.
When the revolution hadn't yet triumphed, among the ones who went to fight for what we have today, there were the same number of blacks as whites. So in the mountains, they all met like brothers. They fought together to achieve this triumph that our Comandante Fidel Castro, as the principal leader, has been able to achieve.
New Year's Day, 1959. The news spreads through Havana. Batista is finished. Soon the belongings of the hated oppressors are in...
The world saw these events as political, but to Santeria worshippers, the conflict took place in the supernatural realm, as well as in the streets. The dictator Batista fled moments before the new year began. Some say to avoid the Santerian curse of a troubled new year.
Where is Castro? Now that the revolution is over, why doesn't he come?
Castro was the new political force in Cuba. But the appearance of white doves at the podium suggested to the believers of Santeria that Fidel was nothing less than a messiah sent down from the mountains.
The supernatural exists. One must pay attention to it. Because where there are hundreds of people together, and a dove, on two different occasions, lands on the same person, it is supernatural. It means he has been chosen. He is the chosen one. That dove gave him his benediction. And that dove will protect him. So he could have the power, be able to fight for that which he was fighting. So therefore, it was a benediction of Odofin or Zambia. Odofin in the Yoruba dialect is God. So it means it was a benediction of God. All the world is a believer. All beings are believers. Some demonstrate it, and some keep it inside. The whole world believes. In one form or another, I think Fidel is a believer.
This religion, born in the strife of slavery, has no thou shalt nots. Santeria professes that earthly pleasures stimulate the gods. The purpose of tonight's ceremony is to entice the gods to this earthly realm with drums, with offerings and dance. The hope is to become spiritually enraptured. This young woman has opened herself to a union with a god. It is an honor that does not occur at will. Conditions must be right. This woman is giving up the spirit. The event reminds all of the authority the gods hold in the affairs of man. As Enriquito tells his children, and as Fidel Castro knows well, one should never underestimate the power of faith.